Yuli Gurriel, he's in the 2 spot. Nico Goodrum, one of the new names and faces we'll tell you about. He bats third. Kyle Tucker DHing, hitting cleanup. Lewis Brinson, another new name from the Miami Marlins, center fielder batting 5th. Jason Castro, very familiar name, second time around with the Astros. And Chas McCormick, right fielder batting 7th. Marty Costas is in left field batting 8th, and Joe Perez will bat 9th and play third base.
On the mound, the Astros are going to be facing right-hander Josiah Gray, as you see his numbers.
Sent Max Scherzer and Trey Turner to L.A. last year. Ready to go. Thursday night baseball. And our first telecast of the season begins with a foul ball at the plate. Glad he could join us. Eastern, and they didn't get started till about 6:40 Eastern, so about a 35-minute rain delay. But Gray coming out throwing strikes, and Diaz on a 0-2 pitch grounds to third, where Maikel Franco makes the play, and that's how this game starts. Injuries last year with the Tigers, only played 90 games with Detroit. And he goes down and loses his helmet. An impressive start to this one for Josiah Gray, the young right-hander for the Nationals. A 1-2-3 start.
50 innings.
Here's a lineup he will face today for the Washington Nationals, as sent out by Davey Martinez. D. Strange Gordon will lead off in left field, followed by Juan Soto. Nelson Cruz, a new National, is the DH, protecting Soto. Then you've got Josh Bell, Keibert Ruiz, Lane Thomas, A-Ray Adrianza, Maikel Franco, and Luis Garcia rounds out your Nationals lineup. Here is Strange Gordon, D. Gordon, who now goes by D. Strange Gordon. Did not see him last year in the major leagues, but trying to find a home in Washington, and he sends the ball the other way, and Gordon, who can fly, will head into second base. The ball gets away momentarily, but D. Strange Gordon with a double the other way. First batter to face Brandon Bielak tonight. He walked 145 times and struck out 93 times. A lot of pitch arounds all of last season, and that's why they went out and acquired a guy like Nelson Cruz, as Soto sends one to right field. And in to score with a head-first slide is D. Strange Gordon. Just like that, a quick Washington Nationals 1-0 lead on a double by Strange Gordon and a single by Juan Soto for an RBI. A little bit about some of the guys that are playing tonight. And there's a ball ripped up the middle, but caught by the shortstop. Aledmys Diaz turns a double play, and just like that, Brandon Bielak gets out of any further damage with a line drive double play. So the Nationals score a run on the Juan Soto RBI single. We'll hear from Dusty Baker in the second inning. But he knows this spring, as usual, do you expect around the league you're going to see a lot of starters go about 5 innings or so in the beginning of the year, and having those extra roster spots really going to help you out?
Matter of, you know, like day, night, how many consecutive games in a row. Man, this guy got pretty good stuff.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does.
This is the guy that they traded for. This is the guy they traded for Serger, especially early. Nobody's ready to hit breaking ball.
You're right.
Pitchers have much better numbers when they get ahead of the count as opposed to getting behind of the count. But I think especially for a Brandon Bielak, that is a critical stat as this ball set on the line to left field, and Lane Thomas has himself a 1-out double. A double in the first inning came around to score after D. Strange Gordon doubled in the left field. This one,
The count and keep the hitter off balance.
and there's an 0-2 breaking ball that hangs up in the air. A little late start, and not making the play is Marty Costas in left. The ball fooled Costas, and now he overthrows second and into second base on what might be ruled a double, but really is a ball that should have been caught, is A-Ray Adrianza. But he got a late start and then couldn't make the play. But Marty's a guy getting a rare opportunity to start a big league spring training game. This ball sent deep enough to center field, you would think. They're going to test Lewis Brinson's arm, and he's going to throw to third instead. Throws wide as the run scores, and the runner's going to head to third and get there. That's going to be Adrianza. So it'll be a sac fly, and then probably an error on Brinson to allow Adrianza to move from second to third. It's 2-0 Nationals as Maikel Franco knocks in a run.
The Astros, in order to get to the postseason as often as they do and get as deep as they do into the postseason, is playing very good defense.
Costas has a chance to redeem himself, but no chance as that ball sails over his head. Another double for the Nationals. Luis Garcia goes the other way. The lefty hitter picks up the 4th double of the game, the 3rd double of the inning. One of them was a flared double, but that ball was hit well, and now Garcia has an RBI, and it's a 3-0 Nationals lead. Strange Gordon had the first double of this game. And he swings at the first pitch, and he rockets one to right field. That'll score a run. Chas McCormick will try and make a play on D. Strange Gordon, but with his speed, he gets in there for a double. That is 4 doubles in the last 5 batters, and it's now 4-0 Nationals. And
at the plate right now that might test that by himself.
This ball popped high in the air. Costas will get a chance on the line and put it away. Bielak has not thrown a lot of pitches, just 22, but he's faced 11 batters. The Nationals aggressive early, leading 4-0. Play Phil we had. Julian Morales had a chance to catch up with Chas McCormick as this 3-2 pitch is a swing and a miss. Always good to catch up with Chas. He's always entertaining, right, Julie?
Obviously, he wants to be out there. He loves playing center field, wants to be the captain of the defense, he said, but as of right now, he just wants to be a part of this team, wants to be out on the field.
This ball hit well into left field over the head of D. Strange Gordon and Marty Costas. Out of University of Maryland, 26-year-old outfielder has the first Astros base hit of the night. A double in the left field. Perez played 106 games last year. Started out at Fayetteville with a dozen games in Asheville, and then the majority of his season at Corpus Christi. Perez sends one deep to center. That ball's off the wall. Joe Perez has himself extra bases. In to score Marty Costas, and the Astros now down 4-1. So the young guys, Costas and Perez, ball gets away, and Perez gets all the way to third.
Hey, you can't take a nap on this wide receiver core for Dusty Baker.
Perez hit 18 home runs last year combined between those 3 minor league teams. On the ground, this will score a run with the infield back. Aledmus Diaz grounds out. Joe Perez will come in to score, and just like that, the bottom of the order getting back 2 runs, so they cut the deficit in half. It's now 4-2.
It was amazing. That 2020 season, that abbreviated season, really didn't treat Yuli well, but he came back on a mission and hits a rocket to left.
Yuli hit a home run in last night's game, yesterday afternoon's game. This one hit pretty well to left, but caught by D. Gordon. D. Strange Gordon puts it away for the final out, but the Astros on the board. A couple of runs, they're down 4-2. Brian Abreu later on in this game. Also J.P. France and Nick Hernandez could see action. There's a nice pitch. Bell goes down swinging on a pitch in the dirt. First strikeout for Astros pitching tonight. Ross Cup signed with the team on March the 15th. He's a lefty. This ball hit into right field, and that's down the line. That's going to be a fair ball. Chas McCormick has been busy tonight as Keibert Ruiz has yet another Nationals double. The Nationals have 7 hits. 6 of them have been doubled for Cleveland. 3-2 pitch dotted up outside corner. Phil Maton freezes Lane Thomas to end the inning. 2 strikeouts for Maton in his 1 inning of work. It's still 4-2. First series of the year against the Yankees is now being dispersed, where the Astros are going to play the Yankees after a road trip to New York. As Nico Goodrum goes down swinging, Josiah Gray continues to impress.
Remember, he comes on the scene in September and has a good September and kind of feeling his way around the clubhouse and you know, just trying to get comfortable at the big league level. And to see him today hanging out with Jason Castro.
You see a shallow right field being played by the second baseman Luis Garcia. This ball snagged by Bell instead, and he makes the play for the final out. So the Astros with a hit and 1 man left on base. We are through 3.5. It's 4-2 National.
Work on specifically or anything like that that you're trying to focus on? I know it's a compressed spring training, but are there things that you are trying to do before opening day?
Just really get comfortable with my curveball. That's the big pitch for me. I need to be able to work it to both sides of the plate. So
Strami over the years loved this guy and felt like he had so much potential. A little frustrated with the 2020, but then he came back last year. This ball sent into center. Brinson on the move, and he will not get there. It bounces up against the wall. So Michael Franco, for the sac fly his first time up, has, guess what, another double. The Nationals just living with the double today. 13 being the cap on pitchers after May 1st. On the ground against the shift and bobbled by Aledmus Diaz. Diaz was going to have to hurry to get Luis Garcia, and in his rush did not come up with it cleanly. So runners on first and third for the Nationals here with 1 out.
Their season game would have, but now you're getting a chance to kind of feel that with an opposing team out there.
Good pitch by Abreu, getting D. Strange Gordon on strikes. On the pitch, Luis Garcia was off and racing, and he picks up a stolen base with more walks than strikeouts of any qualified hitter in the majors last year. Goes after that pitch and bounces it towards third. Joe Perez will have to hurry, and he does just get Juan Soto by less than a step. So a good inning for Abreu after a double and a runner reached on an error. He still throws a shutout fourth. It's 4-2. And he's a right-handed golfer, as far as we know?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
This is why you tune in.
Exactly. These are the inside stories. Although I will say this, Julie, I hate to throw you under the bus in our first broadcast.
Might be a little more amped up, a little more tense, but then you're going to find those veterans and maybe dig a little bit deeper and see what they were able to do in the offseason and what they were working on. For me, it's wonderful to be able to, wow, Juan Soto got turned around.
I don't know how much wind there is right now, West Palm. How windy is it there, Julia?
Oh, no wind where I'm sitting.
Okay, so that was just botched. That was just a botched play by Juan Soto. In Buffalo, in a game when the Astros were playing Toronto at their second of 3 homes. So Diaz, hoping to finally have a healthy season with the Astros, draws a walk, and now the bases are loaded.
Injury situation, but the command has really eluded Doolittle with some of these fastballs elevated up out of the zone.
Yoli drills one deep to left field. La Pina with a grand slam.
Showing a quick bat this spring.
He came into camp in great shape. And that's his second home run in as many games. That was a line drive, no doubter. You knew 3-1. He was zoning in on something.
And he got it, too. He knew that Doolittle was missing with some of those fastballs up in the zone. Sat on the heater up and absolutely tore into it. An early linea from La Pina. Man, that is gorgeous. Kind of quiet, just gently rests that front foot down, kind of gets on that toe, and then all of a sudden he recognizes and the hands know what to do.
That ball all the way out beyond the bullpen. As Sean Doolittle's night is over, a flare hit, a couple of walks, and a line drive grand slam by Yuli Gurriel. Astros take their first lead of the night, 6-4. Back with more next year. Just lost in translation, or is he giving you the Heisman
No.
until next year?
Wow.
He was giving me the Heisman.
Wow. Yuli?
He's just setting up for another dramatic.
On Doolittle, with his pitch count in the upper 20s, only goes a third of an inning tonight. And Tucker almost takes the hat off of Victor Arano, the new right-hander, as he drills one into center field. So Tuck has his first hit of the night after a couple of flyouts. He's one for the first at bat against Josiah Gray, but eventually struck out. And this time he goes down swinging. That'll do it for the Astros in the 5th inning. But a line drive, home run by Yuli Gurriel, a grand slam, has given the Astros a 6-4 lead. We're halfway home. Collegiate career at Tulane, and then his senior season at Mississippi State. 3-2 pitch down and in, ball 4.
Some big trades last season.
How about that? A guy who rarely strikes out, looks pretty bad on that breaking ball. J.P. France picks up a strikeout for out number 2. That one's upstairs, and France, you could see, not happy with himself. So if you're wondering about his walks last year, they weren't too bad. He walked
Runners at second base in the extra innings, some of the expanded rosters, but you know, the three batter minimum. That'll be the end of the inning, and we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, let's talk about it in the 6th inning. There's a ground ball to J.J. Matajevic, and that'll do it. France works around a couple of walks, and the Astros lead 6-4.
Things
Love it.
That would be, I mean, I would be fired up for that.
Love that interview. We never get to
They get 4 hours of that? That'd be awesome.
We got an extended inning here. Did Castro take off on you, Julia? I guess so.
Foster
From talking to
No,
us.
I'm here.
Oh, you're
I'm
back.
here.
is back.
All right. Well,
Oh,
now we got.
get
Oh,
through.
wait. This could be. Oh, we could see the extension of an inning. Yes, we do. That's an infield hit. We were just trying to give you a chance to see if Jason Castro was still around if you wanted to talk to
Training's so important for you guys, and where are you, and do you feel like you can get yourself ready by opening day?
Yeah, with play-by-play? I'm trying to see who hit that. Oh, okay, Cuss. All right. Yeah, I mean, especially with the shortened spring training, like just making sure you get your reps in, and you kind of get kind of lost in just the rush of the season and preparing and doing all that. And, you know, I just want to make sure I'm just enjoying it and putting an emphasis on just enjoying being here and having fun.
Show up before everybody and take a bite out of every single donut before the guys got there. And the reaction from some of these guys was absolutely hilarious. So I'm introducing myself to my ball Diamondbacks. Had a blast there with that team. They were a great group of guys. We won the West in 2011, but my body was just getting destroyed.
There's a nice inning for J.P. France, getting Maikel Franco, Luis Garcia, and D. Strange Gordon. 1, 2, 3. 2 shutout innings for France, and it's 8-4 Astros. Last year for the first time. Goes down swinging here as Vogt beats him with a fastball up. Vogt can bring that fastball around 94, 95.
Reason was how well he handled the stick last year. He's a very good athlete behind home plate, but carries a very good swing with him.
Speaking of athletes, Pedro Leon, number 4 ranked prospect according to Baseball America, shows his speed and hits the ball hard, but he hits it right at the third baseman for the final out. That one's up and away. Ball 4. So France, who walked 3 in his first spring training. Broken bat, little flare, and over the head of the second baseman Alex Tagoti and into right field. That ball was not hit hard. It's the first hit allowed by France in 2 1/3 innings. Also Alvin Community College before transferring to University of Miami. That ball's through the hole. Found its way into right field. Joey Loperfido gets the ball back in, and now the Nationals have the bases loaded on a ground ball in between first and second. First spot in the lineup.
I'll take your word for it.
I know. Trying to keep track. Oh, that ball's crushed. Deep to right field. Got a chance and go off the top of the wall. Close to a game-time grand slam. Instead, he is going to score at least 2. And there comes Lucius Fox. He had to wait to make sure the ball wouldn't be caught. So a 2 RBI double by Baby Shark himself, Gerardo Parra.
Down and Arizona goes down. Then what?
Then what, yeah. And you got Kansas as the lone 1 seed. How about Nick Hernandez?
Nicely done.
Whose house?
Cougs' house.
Nicely done coming out and leaving 2 men on. Joey Loperfido getting it back here. Thought he had drawn a walk. Instead, they call out Loperfido. 7th round pick out of Duke goes down looking for out number 2. Daniels takes the 3-2 pitch. Loperfido thought he had drawn the walk and did not. Daniels does draw the walk. Other guys work. We saw Austin Vogt pitch last inning. Carl Edwards Jr. the inning before. Both guys that should be part of their bullpen this year. That ball's crushed. Luis Santana deep to left field and gone.
Step into one, young man.
He knew it off the bat. Astros now with double figures on the 2-run home run. Is 10-6.
Santana just leaning back on that one. Guessed right, barreled it up. Such a good noise. A little waggle of the bat, get that toe tap.
Bolt for 2 RBIs his last time up. Now bats with a 3-1 count. And off the end of the bat, popped up into shallow right, playable. And that'll do it for the Astros in the 8th. Dominican Summer League. He's got a live arm. You can see it's a little bit erratic, though, and that's always been an issue for him. He has, in 71 career minor league games, start the inning from Jose Betances. And Adrian Sanchez goes down on strike. So an official, but it sounds like this could be Jason's final year playing Major League Baseball. So we had a little bit of a breaking story. That ball's chopped towards first. And wow, who wants to cover the bag? Nobody really got there. Matajevic flipped it towards the goatee. Did anybody cover in time? Did they get the out? Yeah, they got it. Cowboys hat.
And they sent me a T-shirt, and I think one of my daughters ended up with it.
Oh, that's not right. Up the middle, Greg Kessinger's throw just eludes J.J. Matajevic. He thought he had the ball in his glove and stepped on the bag, but it actually popped out of his glove. So that will be another error on the Astros. It has not been a clean game defensively for either side in that one. Don't want the wrap.
She didn't sound happy about it.
No, she wasn't. I could have gotten that side eye if she was actually with us. There's a ball the other way, and that is a fair ball down the left field line, and it actually scooted all the way to the corner. Zach Daniels thought it might bounce off the stands, and instead it got past him into the corner. So the Nationals, with that error in the mix this inning, score a couple of runs. It's now 10-8. It was weird because the next day they had a game and didn't celebrate the division until after the game. How about that catch in right field? Joey Loperfido from Duke University. The Blue Devil robs Chris Herman of extra bases.
Got a good jump on it, closing speed, made sure he had it in the glove, laying out. Good way to end the eighth.
Ruiz being part of that, but this is the third part of the deal of the four players. That was a pretty nice pitch right there, getting Matajevic swinging for the first out of the night. Lee flied out to center, getting another chance here. And Lee off the end of the bat still gets a good piece of it deep to left field, and it's going to hit off the base of the wall. Corey Lee digging for two, and he's going to go in standing with a double. How about that power? Corey Lee to left field. Whether he is the everyday guy or a potential backup if the Astros keep Martin or sign another catcher, but Corey Lee's time was quickly coming. There's a ball beat out on an infield grounder. Showing off the wheels is Pedro Leone. He almost beat out a sharp ground ball last time up, and this time he did beat it. Salazar gets another at bat. That one's up the middle, and this will be playable. Lucius Fox will take it to the bag himself, and that'll do it for the Astros. 2 out hits, no run score. We head to the bottom of the ninth. Astros try to hold on to a 10-8 lead. Yadier Hernandez. And there we go. There's the first hit he's allowed this spring. Just when you mentioned he hadn't allowed a hit all spring, he gives up a 2-out double. But why not? Because that's all the Nationals have done today is hit doubles.
Honestly, it's been incredible.
How many? RBI double by Joe Perez and an RBI ground up by Ledmus Diaz. That's it. That's the ball game. Olzak fired up as he gets the final out of this one. He and Cesar Salazar. A little greeting in between the mound and home plate. And Blummer for our first spring training game. A lot of offense and a 10-8 win.
I'll tell you what, we saw it all. There was some baseballs being kicked around. We saw some good pitching. We saw some very good hitting. A lot of ball being batted around pretty lively out there at the ballpark at the Palm Beaches. A couple of great interviews mixed in there. Good way to break in this season. I look forward to doing it again.
W for the Astros, 10-8. Our next broadcast will come up Tuesday. More with the postgame show right around the corner on AT&T Sportsnet.